Sup team, welcome to the video. I just got out of the shower, during which I shaved my face. I grabbed my razor, which I looked at and was a Gillette razor, and then I grabbed my shaving gel, which I looked at was Gillette shaving gel, which I didn't even realize, and you know, shaved, washed my body with a bar soap, got out of the shower. I was thinking about making some kind of content, like not intentionally thinking it, but just my interests were going down this path of what I think of this commercial. Gillette ran like a 60-second spot. I don't even know where it ran, but it was like an anti-toxic masculinity commercial. So I'll link it down below in the description. If you haven't seen it, give it a quick watch. But my mind is going down this path of like my thoughts on the subject, and then I thought, like, no, I shouldn't make that because, one, it's not necessary. Two, it's like slightly controversial. Some people might not like it. For whatever reason, I had this feeling of like, no, don't do that. But then I thought of an idea that I definitely stole from someone at some point, which is that we don't choose our interests choose us, and like, you have to follow your interests. Well, you don't have to, but I was kind of reflecting back on my life, and in times where I suppressed something I was interested in, like genuinely, call it passionate about, I guess, but just like a real interesting thought, when I suppressed it and did something else, like I just felt worse. And so in the spirit of that, I'm just gonna run this. So watch that commercial if you haven't. Here are my thoughts. It's more of a, like, the commercial itself is more of a comedy. It was very theatrical, it was very dramatic, it was very like clearly some really smart people who know what's going on in culture were sitting in a room in Gillette headquarters or the creative department or whatever, and like identity politics types were gonna get these types of guys and this types of scenarios, and like we're gonna do it like this, and like it was well done and it was well planned out. And by the way, there's obviously so much merit to the idea that negative masculinity is a bad thing. Men should not rape women, like, correct. Men should not sexually harass women, correct. And are there how many men, tons of men that do? Absolutely. But the other side is this backlash on the internet that I've seen of, like, you know, like when Nike did the Kaepernick thing and you had guys who were like, I'm burning my Nike socks and I'm never wearing Nike. Speaking of, like, just like that immediate, impulsive, like, triggered outrage. And there's that for this too. And that's probably where I got there, is like I have these products here that I didn't even realize I owned. I guess they're like previous marketing with Federer or Tiger or whoever, like, I don't remember who they had in their stuff. Brady, I think, has done Gillette stuff, but whatever reason, or it was just priced well. Like, I don't remember why I bought the shaving stuff I bought, but this backlash of like, I'm throwing away all my stuff, I'm never supporting this company, like, you guys suck, like getting very passionate. And by the way, I think that they're, like, I don't necessarily think that emotional response is the best, not that we can control that, but I understand that these people have a point too. I think the proper way to react to something like this is continue crushing what you're doing and not let distractions distract you. And some people might be like, that's a very important commercial, it's not a distraction. I disagree. I think it was over the top. I think it was disingenuous. I think it was virtue signaling. I think it was a company trying to position themselves within a current climate to maximize profit and to identify with like the majority of culture. I don't think that any man who like I don't think any rapist man is gonna see that commercial and be like, yeah, I'm gonna turn my life around. Thank you, Gillette. And there's like ridiculous stuff within the commercial. Like, one guy was about to approach a woman and his buddy's like, not cool, dude, not cool to approach. It's like, okay, well, how are we gonna interact? the biggest piece of all this for me is that percentage of the people who like are sinking a lot of hours into being upset about it. And it's because I can see a previous version of me in some ways within those people getting emotionally drawn to things, negatively emotionally drawn to things, and then sinking time into reading outrage, and like for some obviously participating in outrage about those subjects when they had a plan for the day. Like they were going to do something with that day, and then they let that distract them. And I'm going to give you a weird analogy here, and on the subject of saying things that not everyone may agree with or people might get upset with. If you've ever been in a relationship, dudes, if you've ever been in a relationship, or like maybe you've watched your parents interact, or like watched married couples interact, and like been able to like people close to you, so you've been able to really see the relationship, not like the persona of the relationship they put out to the public. Oftentimes, women tend to say things to their male partners only to get an emotional reaction, only to poke at him, only to test him, only to see how he'll react. And if previous version of Mike, like if that happens, who's just like, I only know logic, like I'm going to respond to what you say, you lose there, because it wasn't about what she was saying, it was about your reaction to what she was saying. Whereas if you smile, if you just kind of like nod, if you like politely ignore, like whatever, there are many ways to handle it that are like, okay, like, you know, it'll be fine, I'm doing this right now, like whatever. You are making your relationship better for her and for yourself. It's like a test, okay? Think of outrageous current culture, drama, outrage, Trump, mainstream media, like this ad. Think of it like a test for you as an individual. And I'm talking to like, you know, the 14 to 26-year-olds who may have had like a genuine reaction, or maybe older, but like, you know, dudes in that range who like may have like had some kind of reaction to this ad that are getting upset about it. It's like, think of it as a test of your attention and your willpower to continue being on your mission, to continue being on your narrow road, to doing what you want to do, and to accomplishing what you want to accomplish, and to building your life, and to following your vision, and to like being on this path. And this is like a giant car accident off to the side, or like that's a bad analogy, but it's something trying to draw your attention. It's trying to get you away from it, to like pay attention to this. Just ignore it. Just smile and be like, cool, like funny, like, okay, I see what game's going on there. And by the way, if you want to participate in that game, good, like go try to get as rich as possible, because money equals influence, and then you can maybe have a seat at a table that can play in those kinds of games. But that's a life ambition. So unless we're talking about that, like, be on this road. Don't let the stuff off to the side that's intentionally trying to distract you. Do that, and keep grinding. Alright, hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments what you think. Hope you enjoyed that commercial if you hadn't seen it before. Brightened your day a little bit. See you guys soon. Bye.